Hello, welcome back to our TCAP commentary. So today we're going to check out Jesse Velez, man. Oh, it's been like, what, 3 years? 2 years? Oh, 2 years since we've checked out Jesse Velez again. I just checked how long it's been since we've seen Jesse Velez, and it's been legit 2 whole years. In 2023, I watched Jesse Velez. It's been so long. He's bound to be seen again by me. This is more of a personal request, right, from Instagram, from one of my best homies, right? Truly, you're my guy, right? You're my dog, right? Oh, God, I'm not even gonna get started, right? But anyway, she recommended this one. We've been talking about this, right? So this one needs to be seen again, right? So yeah. If you like to catch a predator, check out the channel. I have a lot of videos, including police interrogations, predator deep dives, all of the sorts. Anyway, we're gonna watch this. I've already said everything I need to say, but for a 13-year-old boy, already with
cold out.
How you doing?
How you doing? Good.
God, you know this damn pumpkin. This pumpkin just looks like, you know, these two colors the exact same, man. Not a single shade difference. You know, I'm just saying. After I saw Jesse Velez in this sting operation, I went to go buy myself some orange shorts, man. I had to. How could I not? Look at these, man. They look so stylish. And I need to get myself a Jurassic Park shirt, though. They look good.
I know. How you doing, man? My house is your house. Wanna come in? Come in.
You know, if you wear shoes, unironically, I have neon green shoes. But it's for a different reason, okay? They were on sale, and they're from. You guys don't need an explanation. But if you wear neon shoes like this on the regular, man, you're just a little bit weird. But check the fit, man. Easily a couple of grand in this outfit. This shirt, exclusive, right? This was worn by the protagonist in Jurassic Park, right? They actually you guys don't know this, but they actually got this shirt from the actual Jurassic Park. Like the real one that exists, like the island. Yeah, so from the real Jurassic Park, they took this. You know, someone died going to get this damn shirt. That's why it cost so much. You know, a couple of, you know, maybe $3 grand. Shorts, $5,000. Because I heard that this type of orange has only been used once in the fashion industry, man. They call it the Velez orange. What am I on about? Then the shoes, man, exclusive. The guy who made these shoes, he hasn't even been born yet, man. They're that exclusive. That guy's not even born yet. A couple of $1 million on these shoes as well.
How you doing today?
What a dumb.
I know.
What am I on about? I know.
How you doing today? My house is your house. Wanna come in? Come in.
Come in. Come in. While he's in the house.
So where'd you wanna go? Want a water or something?
What do you want to do?
No, this is the first time I met somebody.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's kind of nervous.
Nervous? I know I am too. You want a water? Anything?
Yeah, please. Where are your parents at?
Where are your parents at? Oh. Okay, do you not understand how weird that is if you think that this guy is lying? Like, there's no one on this planet that believes that this decoy is anything below 25. At all. Even though what? How old was actually the male decoy in this one? Was he 9? I'm pretty sure they were the exact same age. Nervous Nelly and old man, I don't know what to call him. Old man Christopher. I actually don't have no idea what his name is. Did the community name his ass? I actually don't know. Regardless, I'm pretty sure they're both the exact same age. It's insane how, you know, how unbelievable the male decoy is compared to Nervous Nelly, man.
They went away.
They went away.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Yeah, they died.
Yeah.
So how old are you?
13 years of age.
That's what they all say, you know?
I get that a lot.
That's what they all say. So, where are we going?
I don't know, wherever you want to go.
Okay. I also just want to point something. There's nothing in the fridge. Like, I'm pretty sure there's nothing in there, man. Other than this boy's parents, right? He killed them and put them in here, right? Also, what is this clock, right? This clock cost $1 million. But anyway, yeah, like legit, there is nothing in this refrigerator. If they ever, what? I've never seen this side of the house, because there's like a dresser thing. No, that's not what it is. No, that's not a dresser. What? I have no idea what that is. Jesus Christ, I don't know.
Yeah.
They went away.
So how old are you?
What the hell?
13.
You know, 13.
That's what they all say, you know?
That's what they all say.
That's what they all say. So, where are we going?
Where we going?
Wherever you want to go to eat.
It's up to you.
You hungry?
It's up to
Yeah.
you.
Where do you want to go?
Doesn't matter to me.
I'm not really hungry. I just eat.
No.
No.
So, you want to stay here?
No, not
Maybe
really.
chill and
You want to
Netflix.
stay here? What do you want to do after? What do you do?
He's like, no, I don't want to stay here. Please don't kill me. Oh man, like I was gonna say something, but I completely forgot. The decoy. They should have brought Dan back. By the way, Daniel, as I like to call him, from oh god, I mean he's been in a couple stings. The one in Murphy, Texas. He did fantastic there. How you doing, Stanley? So good. Imagine if they would have brought his ass back. I best believe there would have been a couple more Predators on their way, if that makes any sense. A lot of more people would have pulled up, looking for Dan's, I don't know. Dan's charm.
I don't know. Wherever you want to go to eat.
It's up to you.
It's up to you.
You hungry?
Yeah.
Honestly,
Doesn't matter to me.
I'm not really hungry. I just ate.
I
No.
just ate.
No.
I ate
So
Jersey
you want to stay here?
No, not really.
You don't want to stay here? What do you want to do after? What do you do? Hang out?
I
Netflix?
want to
Chill?
go.
Netflix
Yeah,
and chill?
I was watching Netflix when I was texting you.
Yeah, what show?
I watched like TV shows like
Oh my god, like, it's just, I look at this guy, I look at the decoy, and I just can't fathom the idea of, okay, look, I know Charles Lawrence is, he's a little bit slower, so he didn't catch on, and I'm sure he didn't even care. Let's just be honest here. Charles Lawrence was looking for any piece of ass that he could find. If you really think about it, he could not give a damn crap if he was underage or not, right? Like, he did not care. He was in there like swimwear. He brought that Bareback Boys disc, and he didn't care who saw it, but he was ready to put that in a DVD reader player. Yeah. Oh god. Jesse Velez.
Hang out? Netflix? Chill? Netflix
yeah,
and chill?
I was watching Netflix when I was texting you.
What show?
Yeah, what show?
I watched
Show.
like,
He's
TV
so
shows
far.
like,
He's so incredibly far. Oh, I put it back by.
You don't want to stay here?
He's so incredibly
I
far.
wa-
Like, look how far he is from him. Like, there's been very little predators that have sat here. Who has sat here? Who sat? I feel like there's one other person. Was it I think it was Joshua. No, it was definitely not Joshua Cologne. Best believe. I think it was yeah, that's who it was. It was Vincent Ambrosio who sat here. But that was all after that was after he got rejected by the decoy. So it kind of makes sense. Cause then he goes, oh yeah, I figured, and then he goes, to go sit over here, and Chris goes, no, right. But anyway, I have a dry mouth. Sorry, but yeah, look at the distance. That's like what, maybe 6 feet away from him. Like he's so far away from. Like, I
watched,
didn't
like,
notice
TV
that.
shows like,
He's so
House
far
of
from him.
Cards, stuff like
House
that.
of
I haven't seen that. Is it pretty good?
Yeah, it's pretty
Is
good.
it pretty good, huh?
Yeah, we can Netflix and chill.
We can Netflix and chill.
This is
Maybe,
gonna be a
you
weird
know.
question, but you have your ID on you.
I don't have an idea, man. Sorry, I'm only 13.
I'm only 13
My
years
mom keeps
old.
having a purse.
What an
Who lives
idiot.
Who lives here? Oh, I live here. Me, my mom, and my
and
dad.
my daddy.
It's a nice house.
Yeah, they work hard.
Yeah, they work
We
hard.
can Netflix and chill.
Like, we're gonna work
This is
hard
gonna be a
after
weird
this
question, but you have your
show.
ID on you.
I don't have an idea, man. Sorry, I'm only
My
13.
mom keeps in her
My
purse.
mom keeps having a purse.
You know, okay, look, listen. So if they had, if they had sent his ass to takedown instead, honestly, I think he would have done maybe better. But 13 years of age, I have a 13-year-old brother, like half brother, bro. No shot he looks anything like this. This guy, it's almost like he's a veteran, right? He saw action in Vietnam as well. Like this guy is like a decade old, right? No, not a decade. What? I mean, technically that would make him. I'm in a millennia, a whole century old. But honestly, if they would have said, "Yeah, I'm 15 years of age," it would have made a lot more sense. But 13 is pushing it. 13 years. Imagine if they made it 12. Holy crap! This guy's like taller than Jesse and like probably stronger than him as well, and he's 12 years of age. Crazy work.
My mom. What question? But you have your ID on you?
I don't have my ID on me. I'm only
Sorry,
5.
only 13. My
I'm
mom
still
keeps
on
out her
the
purse.
Who lives here?
Who lives here? Well, I
Who
live here.
lives here? I live here.
Me, my mommy, and my daddy.
My daddy.
Nice house.
Everyone knows, man. Everybody knows. You know, when I was 13 years of age, I would call my mother and my father mommy and daddy. Still, right? 13. You know what? I even still do it to this damn very day, right? I still call them that. Because, mommy and daddy at 13 years old is crazy. Like, you'd think he'd be a little bit more emo. He's just kind of like, yeah, you know, I just enjoy living here. You know, I love my mother and my father. Oh, man. I'd be like, man, screw my parents, man.
First.
I'm trying to blank some blank, Jesse. And your ass is grass.
Oh, I live here. Me, my mommy, and my daddy.
It's a nice house.
Yeah, they work hard.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
You should come look at this.
this. This right here. This is my dad made this.
My dad made this.
Yeah.
He's a carpenter.
Pretty cool. Wanna come look at it?
I'll take a tour. It's nice in there.
Hey Jose, how are you?
Jose, bring your ass over here.
What's happening?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing's happening, definitely. You should come look at this.
Nothing actually. Just to hang out.
Just to hang out
Yeah.
with a 13-year-old boy who you sent a picture of your private parts.
No, I did it. I did.
Yes.
Oh no. Ooh. Okay, look. Wait. Where is it? Okay, no, he did bring his notebook, right? Like, okay, who bought this for him, by the way? Unless Chris really brought. It looks like it's been damaged, right? It's seen heat of the battle. Why does he have this? Like, is there not a bit? I mean, honestly, I don't blame him. Like, just a normal like, wooden, like, it's not even real wood, honestly, but a normal clipboard is just not enough, right? He needs this like expensive, you know, weighing 50 pounds of steel, right?
Hang out.
Just to hang out
Yeah.
Or
with a 13-year-old boy who you sent a picture of
Sent
your
your-
private parts.
Your
No, I
cunt.
did it. I did.
Yes.
I did.
Ugh.
Who is
I didn't
right?
mean to. I didn't mean to do that.
Who was right?
Yeah.
Who is right?
I was
I've been
just
chatting with him on and off for weeks.
Yeah, I used to chat with like random people on and off. I'd hang out with them. No, nothing's really sexual, to be honest.
Nothing sexual.
TVH.
What's this?
Let me see.
What's this?
Oh my god, I did not know I even sent that. Ugh.
Ooh.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Who was right?
Yeah, usually when I send a picture, like I
Who's
have
right?
a bunch of pictures of me.
Right.
So I must have hit that, but I didn't really know why.
So
'cause-
this was just one big mistake.
Oh my god, this guy. You know, Chris, I just want to say something, right? I accidentally sent my wiener out often, right? This happens maybe 2 or 3 times a day, right? I just have so many pictures on my blank, right? You have no idea. You know, it must be so hard being Jesse Velez, right? Having to deal with that many pictures on your phone, where it's just, you know, you're absolute, you're blank.
I chat with random people on and off. I'd hang out with them. No, nothing's really sexual, to be honest.
Nothing sexual.
No.
What's this?
What's
Let me
this?
see.
The look
Oh my
on
God, I did
Jesse's
not know I
face
sent
says
that.
it all.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Ooh is right.
Yeah, usually when I send a picture, like I have a bunch of pictures of me.
Right.
So I must have hit that, but I didn't really know why.
So
'cause-
this was just one big mistake.
yeah, I pretty much, yeah.
So you had a picture of yourself out and about town.
Out and about
Because
town.
usually, I
Driving a
meet
car.
Driving
Yeah, like usually I
The
meet
penis pic. Oh, by mistake I hit the penis pic.
Yeah, because I didn't even know because I would even say like something afterwards. I didn't even know I really sent that, to be
Do you
honest. I
like
didn't really.
that, huh?
Yeah, usually I meet people I hang
Do
out
you
with.
like the picture of my blank?
Yeah, because I didn't even know
He's trying to
because
get a
I would
rating.
even say like something afterwards. I didn't even know I really sent that, to be
Rating.
honest. I really. Yeah, usually I meet people I hang out with them. Nothing really sexual. You know, so I didn't even put like.
Unironically, listen. This okay. If you guys look, for you have to just give me this one. I've seen plenty of penises in my life, right? You're probably like, what am I on about? Being around TCAP and being a TCAP content creator, I've seen some of these predators, dingalings, right? And I don't think I've ever seen Jesse Velez's, right? Is it wrong that I'm curious to know if it's out there or not? Like, I've seen some hellish pictures. Like, what in the world is wrong with it, right? Type of responses. I know, honestly, the worst one I've ever seen is split between Lee Greer and Vincent Ambrosio. Listen to me. Those, I think, are two of the worst ones I've ever seen, man. I think Vincent is worse. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw Vincent, it, like, physically made me grossed out. I'm not saying Lee Greer has it, you know, packet or something, right? But at least it wasn't as nasty looking. I guess just the the framing and the contrast and you know the you know the cinematography of the image. Vincent just did it worse. It was like in the darkness, right, with the flash on. Horrible. Like, it is. Oh my god, I'm getting kind of grossed out just thinking about it. My god, I if some of you guys have seen pictures like that, I'm sorry. But don't search these up, please don't. Like, I am actually begging you. Please don't do
Put
this.
like sexual things on my like I don't do none of that stuff. Like I don't say, oh yeah, let's meet up and have sex. I don't really do that. I like to meet different people, hang out with them.
What is Grindr for?
What is
Honestly, I know it's for hookups. I really do know that, but I'm not all for that. I don't just meet people randomly and just start having sex with random people. That's not what I do. I know it sounds weird coming from myself, but it's not like that.
But isn't that what Grindr is for?
No, to me it's not. It
That's
depends
the
on people use it
same
for their
question. Is
aspects.
crazy.
Like I don't use it for any sexual like orientations
it
or
for-
activities like that. I just meet
for-
people, eat movies. We'll go to the restaurant, hang out, eat. I just like to have company with me. I'm like kind of a how you say I never really had friends when I was younger,
Right.
so I like to hang out with people. You know.
Okay, listen to me. Everybody knows that Grindr. Oh, I just dropped my headphones right now. I can't hear a single thing. Okay, everyone knows that Grindr is for your everyday, like everyday living, right? Like, if you need a plumber to come to your house and fix your pipes, you'll find that on Grindr. If I need somebody to mow my lawn, right, I go on Grindr, right? It's so beneficial, right? Like, yes, maybe you get the message here too that they're like, hey man, I want to blank your blank, but if you go look past that, man, Grindr is a good place to find these services, man. Like, if I need my electricity fixed, right, I'm able to find somebody on Grindr. I need someone to lie for me, right? Grindr. It's almost like Craigslist, but a lot better, right? As Jesse Velez at least
You know, you
puts
can
it.
get to know them. We'll go to the restaurant, hang out, eat. I just like
We'll
to have
go-
company with me. I'm
Imagine-
like kind of a
I'm Japanesing right now, but also don't look at me. What the hell? He's just staring at me. What is he actually looking at this in this frame? Anyway, imagine you're on Grindr and you're like, man, I really want some ass right now, right? I really want some ass. And you get a message from Jesse Velez saying if you just want to go eat or go to the movies and nothing else. Like, I'd be so disappointed if I made contact with Jesse. I'd be like, man, I'm looking for some ass, right? I'm not looking to be friends with you, right? Or maybe I'm thinking the opposite. I know some people go on like Tinder and stuff to make friends, which makes no sense to me. But hey, you know what? Honestly, at this point, who cares?
how you say I never really had friends when I was younger.
Right.
Nobody's
So I like to hang out with people, you know, you can get to know them a little bit. You know, that's about it. You know, I meet people from either 13, 17, 18, 30, into their 40s, just to meet people and talk to them.
And how old are you?
I'm actually 27.
27.
Yes.
20.
And what do you do for a living?
He
Me,
looks
I'm
a lot
actually a
older
manager
than
for a restaurant.
Which restaurant?
So
Jersey
32,
Mike's.
33.
Jersey Mike's.
Yes.
Jersey Mike's.
How's that going?
It's going good. I actually just started there
Last week.
about a couple weeks ago.
Right.
Yes.
But you see how this looks.
I don't know where Chris is going with that.
13-year-old boy, after
Yeah,
you sent him a picture of your
Yeah, I know.
penis.
Like, I didn't realize I sent that, and even when I came here,
How could you not realize it?
No, I understand where you're coming from, but even when I came here, even when I
You know, me as the person who requested this, right? We were having a conversation on how 1,000,000%, and you guys are willing to you know, pitch in. I want to hear your thoughts, but Hansen versus Predator 1,000,000% was the best like TCAP investigation that ever exists. Maybe, look, who knows? Maybe in like a couple of years, takedown will no longer be a thing, and it's gonna be like Predators on the Run or something, and it's like a new predator catching show that Chris has, right? But I am under the belief that Hansen vs. Predator was 1,000,000% the best TCAP show or version of the show that exists. Because think about all the people that they caught. They're all so incredibly good. Like, yes, it is that because of the people that they caught, right? I do get that. And Takedown does have a lot of really good catches as well. A lot of interesting people like Edmundo, Dylan? No. The guy with like the regular smuggler voice, I forgot his name. Regardless, Tanner Predator has some absolute bangers, right? I forgot his name already. Lauren Armstrong, Mike Patterson, you know, Dustin McFedridge, Anthony Palumbo, all these goats, right? I get that, but Hansen vs. Predator did something that TCAP never really managed to achieve, and that's blowing the fuck up. Like, TCAP, I mean, obviously was not alive and conscious enough to know what was happening whenever TCAP came out. Well, I was alive, but I wasn't conscious about like what was happening. I didn't even know the show existed. I was like, what, 3, 4, 5? But anyway, if Hansen vs. Predator had another series and another thing, it would have 100% been the best one. But I got more to say about that later. I just don't want to stall the video for too
when I
long.
parked there, I was just like, oh, this is. Even when I sat there, I was like, yeah, this is the first time I did like met someone at someone's house. I felt kind of nervous when coming to a house because you guys say, let's meet at a public place so it's more safer for me. That way, just in case I don't know the other person. But that's why even when I came, I actually trying to park at that park for a while. I was just sitting, I was like, I should not be going to this person's house. So
But you did it.
Yeah, I did.
Why did you do it then?
It's the first time for me. I never went to someone's house before.
You know, I hear that all the time.
Yeah,
Oh,
It's my first time.
I'm sure. I'm
And
sure you
I
have.
doubt that all the people who tell me it's their first time are telling
the truth.
This is honest.
Honest
So
to
to
you're the
God.
first honest guy I've ever
this,
found.
this is the first
Coming to
time.
visit a
Well, no,
13-year-old
well, no,
boy.
this is the first time I met a young person that age. It's the first time.
I wonder what Jesse thinks Chris is, if that makes any sense, because he doesn't seem to think that he's police, because he's acting super relaxed. I don't think he thinks it's the father either, because I feel like he would have said something similar. So I don't know who he thinks he is, but you know, I guess we'll never know.
First time ever in history.
But what
Ever.
could you possibly have in common at 27 with a 13-year-old stranger?
That's something I'll find out when we sit down and chat. To be honest, I mean, there's nothing sexual was gonna happen anyway from the get go.
After you sent him a penis
And
picture.
I didn't realize I sent that. You can look at all my conversations. I did not realize I sent that kind of picture.
I hate
did
it
not
smells.
So
realize
today
that.
you just...
So say
one big misunderstanding.
Say, like for example, like say like I was gonna watch a movie with just like an ordinary conversation like como like friendly type thing. It wasn't gonna be anything sexual. Even when we were chatting,
wait a minute.
I never said
Wait a
hey
minute.
como like friendly type thing. It wasn't like I was gonna watch a movie with just like an ordinary conversation like como like friendly type thing. It wasn't gonna be anything sexual. Even when we were chatting, I never said, oh hey, do you want to have sex?
This guy is yapping away, by the way. Like, I get what he's trying to say, that like, yeah, you know, I like meeting friends, and that's the farthest that I go with like any type of meetup or anything, right? But man, like it's almost like the same realm of whenever Mike Manzi visited. He's like, oh, I just wanted to make sure that she was safe. Look, sometimes people have to mind their own business, and for Jesse Velez, he should have never come to this house, right? Because, oh man, this guy. Oh,
Because that's not the kind of person I am. I don't want to throw myself out there like that.
I
That's
have
not
no
who I
kiss
am.
in me, Chris.
But if you're his parents, are you going to be comfortable?
I have a 16-year-old friend. I do. Yes, I do.
Oh
That's a pretty
no!
big age gap.
It is. It's
At this state.
But you know what? But there's nothing wrong with that because to be honest, I have friends that are 16 to 30. We all hang out. You know, there's no drugs involved. Obviously, I don't do any drugs. But we all just conversate. I mean, there's so many similarities from all different people. It doesn't matter about age to me. You know, so some people look at it as more like a pedophile thing or something like that. But that's not what I am. You know, I don't go around looking for 10-year-olds, 13-year-olds. No, that's not who I am. That's not
It's like
exactly who I am.
it's very
Yeah, I
ironic
definitely understand.
that you're with a 13-year-old boy home alone. Like, oh my god, you're sending your damn blank. And I feel like I've heard of what his chat log was like, and I'm pretty sure he was like, hey, by the way, I really want to blank your blanks. I really want your ass, right? And he was moving like Stanley Kendall over here, right? Like blank your blanks, suck and lick your blanks, and all that. But I'm just not sure. Like, I don't recollect, big word for me, a lot from Jesse Velez's, I guess, history. Because I've been looking into Vincent Ambrosio recently, and I've been reading a lot of his chat logs, and I know a lot of background information about him. A lot of pictures as well have come out about him. There's been a lot. But I honestly don't know a lot about Jesse Velez. It really feels like I never looked at his TCAP wiki, but I might be lying. I feel like I have. But regardless, though,
That's not who I am.
This guy
is not exactly.
But
who I
you see
am.
how this looks.
Yeah, I definitely understand it.
And Chris needs to. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry to really get off of that. Damn, Hansen versus Predator was the best one. Chris has said nothing, by the way. Like, the most interesting thing that Chris has said is, hey, you sent your blank, and that is it. Like, that is genuinely the only thing he's really said. He's like, oh, but you see how this looks, like 5 times. And it's kind of aggravating me, but I can't do anything about it, right? It's not up to me.
Yeah, that's why I didn't walk through that door.
A 27-year-old sends a penis picture to a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
And then comes over to just hang out.
Yeah. I know how it looks. And I wasn't even gonna walk. Something told me don't walk through that door. I swear something told me do not.
Well,
walk
why'd
through
you
that
do
door.
it then?
I don't know. I wasn't gonna walk through that door. I really wasn't. But I don't know. Even when I saw him, I looked at him. I was like, this doesn't fit. I mean, I hang out with people outside of their home because I wouldn't want myself to be in someone's home that I really don't know. I never meet someone at their home. That's why I felt weird.
So this is just one big misunderstanding.
This is the
Hey, look at this. Like, I'm telling you, Chris has legit said the same thing back to back. I can't believe this. Jesus Christ. What was he saying? Oh, yes. Like, he's like, oh, even when I saw him, I was like, he was 1,000,000% gonna say he didn't even look like the age he was saying. But he probably realized that that's not a good thing to say because he was obviously suspicious from suspicious of him from the start. He was like, you don't look 13. Like, how big of a predator is Jesse Velez? Like, actually, because let's just say in theory, like, he would have like done it with anybody, right? Like, this could have been anyone and he would have still been down with it, kind of like what I was saying about Charles Lawrence. But at the same time, that was like, he pointed that out really quick. He's like, you don't look 13. Like, yes, I understand that this guy looks like he's been through multiple world wars and multiple tours in Iraq, right? But I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking that, I guess. I don't know.
Home that I really don't know. I never meet someone at their home. That's why I felt weird.
So this is just one big misunderstanding.
This is the biggest.
The first time you've ever had such a
ever walked into
misunderstanding.
someone's house, to be honest. Because
never
at my
walked into a house before.
my house. Well, I can't because I have a big patio outside and I have my neighbors that come outside with me, so I would feel safe because I'm not by myself with that person. So these people see me with this person, but me coming here. Like, I parked at that park right there. I sat there for like 5 minutes.
Killed.
And I parked at the park. Because I was going to make a U-turn and just go. Because I don't like coming to people's houses. Because there was one time where one of our friends was to his friend's house. And, you know, it didn't really go as they were going to say. You know, when he walked in, there was actually an ambush. What? It was 2 older guys and a woman. They beat him up. You know, it was like, it was actually an ambush.
God, it's dangerous over there in Fairfield, Connecticut, man. Well, maybe that's not what has happened, but I like to think about it in my head that it did. Like, he makes good friends with someone. He's like, hey, by the way, I'd really like to see you. And then he just gets jumped. it's not an impossibility. I do gotta say, meeting with people you meet online is always dangerous, obviously, but and it's just if you really think about it, like tying that back to the history of To Catch a Predator and how so many people are so quick to drop everything that they're doing and go to somebody's house is crazy. Like maybe back then you didn't hear much about like someone getting beat up, meeting someone online, because obviously now. Because what back then it's like, oh, you had to like type it on the computer, but nowadays you can just do it on your phone. And especially now, like now, honestly, and I'm glad so. Like this is the case, but it's a lot more dangerous for predators nowadays than it's ever been in history, because, you know, there is a high chance that you're gonna get your ass handed to you by an amateur predator catcher, on camera. Like the chances of that is a lot higher than you would think. It's so funny to me, and I do support that, by the way. Like I just gotta point that out. And if you don't, I think you really need to reconsider your stance with that 100%. But as a Tangent Predator fan, there's no, what do you call it, sympathy for someone like that, because obviously they were ready to start burning and ripping, you know, to hurt these kids, right? So definitely them getting their asses handed to them is deserved, in my opinion, right? My opinion, but yeah.
People's houses, because there was one time where one of our friends was to his friend's house, and you know it didn't really go as they were gonna say. It was. You know, when he walked in, there was actually an ambush. It was two older guys and a woman. They beat him up. You know, it was like people that, I guess people that they're looking for.
It was a setup.
Yeah, well, not like this. Like I guess they wanted to just beat somebody up. So that's why I don't come to people's houses. I'd rather meet at a sandwich shop, at a Starbucks, just so we can sit down and conversate. It's nothing really sexual or ordinary.
Do you live by yourself?
No, I live with my 3 dogs. Yeah.
I don't even know that, Chris. Like,
yeah, actually.
Well, honestly, it's not a bad question. He's like, oh yeah, I live with my 3 kids, right? They're all 10, 11, and 13, right? And then, you know, then it's a little bit worrying, but.
Bro, by Taco Loco.
By Taco Loco.
Yes.
Okay.
Loco Taco.
Well, we've been running an investigation.
Okay.
Called Hansen versus Predator.
Okay.
And I'm Chris Hansen.
Okay.
And you've walked into it.
Okay.
So if there's anything else you want people to know.
I'm not.
So if there's anything else you want people to know.
Oh man, you know, I will say, not being able to see Raw Night, like, okay, look, it has some risk. No, To Catch a Predator, it would be very difficult to see Raw Night, just because it would be so pixelated. But now that we have him in high definition, right, 720p, right, well, it's technically 1080, but I'm pretty sure they filmed in 780. But who knows? Honestly, I actually don't know. Regardless, though, being able to see him in HD, right, is my cleanest best pleasure, right. Look at Ron Knight. Oh, also thanks to Walls, by the way, he came back. We love to see it, right.
I'm not. I'll just see little kids. I'm not. That's not who I am. That's not who I am. Honestly, that's not who I am.
Oh my god, man! Look at him. Oh, he's so good, man. Like, I genuinely have so much love for Ron Knight, man. I don't know where it comes from. Like, genuinely, it's just he's like a second celebrity, right, to Chris. Like, it's like Chris Hansen, then it's always Ron Knight, man. Sad that he can't put in the work, you know, for Takedown anymore. He needs to rest, man. He brought him out of retirement for this one, but man, it's so good to still see him here, man. He's staring me down.
Can you turn the cameras off me, please?
I can't at this
I can't turn the cameras.
Can I leave?
You can leave right out there.
Okay. This is very awkward and very embarrassing for me.
Aww.
I'll talk to you in private if you like.
I can't turn the cameras off.
Okay. I mean, I'll answer any questions for you, to be honest, because I'm not.
Well, you have.
This is not what it seems to be. This is not what it was going to be.
2.9 million views is crazy work. Like, just the fact that this blew up, and there's so many. Oh yeah, Walls commentated on it as well, but Decoy was about to say Goo Goo Gaga right before Chris Hansen came out. I'm 13 years out of college. Oh man. the decoy just finished filing his taxes, setting up his. I can't even read that. IRA. He just got home from a drink at the bar with his army buddies.
To be. So I want everyone to know that's actually seeing right now. It's not what
I'm
it
not
was.
a predator, sir.
Out to hang out with somebody, nothing sexual to that nature. It may seem to other people it was, but to me it's not. Because if it was to that standard, I would have actually texted the guy, "Hey, let's meet and let's do this, let's do that." But it wasn't. I'm very, cordial with what I say. I'm very blunt. So nothing was sexual nothing sexual to that nature. But to be honest, I kind of molesting right now. I'm not going to somebody's house.
And what?
I'm not walking to no one's house ever again. This is the first and last time we're doing that.
What's the lesson here, Jose?
The lesson here is don't walk into no one's house that you don't know who actually even lives there. That's to be honest. Don't do the same thing to other people that you wouldn't want done to you. Would you
But
want
you did it though.
Yeah, because I want some house, but I never allowed people to come to my house. That's the thing. I never allowed. It's okay because I'm not even ashamed to do this.
He's not ashamed to be a predator, sir. Oh man. Okay, look. The idea that obviously he didn't get the lesson, but he's like, look, I don't even let people come to my house, Chris. I've never seen any guest ever, even though he's like, yeah, I have a big patio outside and we all hang out. Which one is it, Jesse? Yes, no, maybe so. Oh man, right? I had to pull that one out.
But come to my house. That's the thing. I never allowed. It's okay because I'm not even ashamed to do this. Don't let people walk into your house. Why would you go to theirs? Because you don't know what to expect to that nature. That's why when I came here, I was bored today. I didn't know what to do.
Back to what I was gonna say about the Hansen vs. Predator thing. So yes, I do think it's the best one. But could you imagine if Hansen vs. Predator had another season? Like, I genuinely feel like the reason why this show didn't take off is because Chris didn't know how to, I guess, make this long term. I feel like he definitely recorded, like he crowdfunded the sting operation entirely, right? He managed to get a cooperation with the Fairfield Police Department. But after that, he sold it to Crime Watch Daily, and he didn't know what the hell to do anymore. Like, maybe if he did work for Crime Watch Daily, then this would be a different story. Making more Hansen vs. Predator. And I'm honestly surprised that Crime Watch Daily didn't try to, or maybe they did ask him. I actually don't know. But I would like to think that they didn't ask him to make more, but they should have. Because these videos are extremely popular, as well as Chris didn't have an outlet. He eventually did come back with Takedown with Chris Hansen briefly with the Law and Crime Network. He did maybe 2 or 3 catches, individual catches, with the police. It was essentially the police's sting operation, and then Chris just tagged along to record it. And I think after that, he realized that he needed to make his own website, his own, website. What is it even called? A program, his own program. And he co-founded it with some other guy. I've seen him. He's made a video before. I know what he looks like. I don't remember his name, though. Regardless, they co-founded True Blue. And they do a lot of police work, a lot of investigative work. Well, not investigative work, but police work. They do Takedown. They also do the news as well. And that's now finally a good outlet for Chris to do these because he's now making money from it. I guess consistent. He has a job for it. And that's why I think if Hansen vs. Predator came out with a True Blue style backing and website, I think it would still be called Hansen vs. Predator now. And we'd actually have a lot more investigations too, because this was in 2016 and then True Blue started in 2021, 2022. But
to do, so ever hang out with some people.
How about watching football?
I'm not a sports person, believe it or not. Don't like sports.
How about watching Netflix?
I was. It was just today was just a day that just let's just hang out tonight real quick. Just hang out. Nothing sexual though. I'm not looking for that. I'm not.
But again, isn't that
I have no kids.
What Grindr was set up for?
It depends what people utilize Grindr for. Some people use it for dating, for hanging out, for chill. Other people use it for a sexual preference. That's not what I'm looking for. Even on my profile, it just said, "Hey, let's chat." I'm not looking for anything to that nature. It just says, "Let's chat." That's it.
Okay. Fair enough, Jose. I appreciate
that. Thanks, fair enough. So everyone out there, that's not who I am. That's not who I am.
Okay.
So
I appreciate that.
You're welcome, Chris.
Jose,
thank you for this actual experience, because It's pretty interesting, actually. I'm never ever doing this ever again. Talk to someone.
This guy, man. Ron, man, help me out, man. He's staring me down. He's like, "Whoa, Ludi, what are you gonna say? Right? Say it right now, my G, right?" Jesse Velez is such a weenie head. I'm just, I don't know. I don't want to be too mean, right? Because YouTube is watching, right? But first of all, thanking Chris is funny. It's not the first time that's ever happened, but in this case, it's funny because Jesse Velez doesn't see it as a he does think there's a lesson in it, but it's not the right lesson, nor does he understand that he's going to get arrested. But it's not just that. He's like, "Oh, this was a great experience." No, this is not an experience. This is you catching a felony, right? It's so interesting to me that he never cared to ask what this really was, right? Like, shout out to Jeff Sokol, right? One of the greatest to ever do it, right? He's like, "Well, what is this?" And then Chris goes, "It's a investigative series where we catch," and then he goes on and on and on, right? But he didn't. He's like, "Oh, thanks for the fun, Chris. This was great."
Nothing bad out of this.
Okay.
Nothing bad, definitely.
Thank you very much for that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Get out of here. Go.
Oh, where's the exit?
Right there, straight ahead, over there.
I never heard that. He goes, "There's no exit." Yeah, because you're gonna leave in the car. There's no exit here.
Over the police department will explain our computer right after you can do that. Your phone.
I wonder.
Alright, very well.
Oh, he genuinely does not. He does not know what is happening. So he really had it in his head that he's like, "Oh, well, since I didn't actually do anything, then I guess I'm free to go." That's not how that works. You still, solicited someone underage online. There's a lot of, accosting children for immoral purposes and all that, right? That charges that get added up. But interesting.
We'll explain everything in a minute.
We'll explain it. The look on Jesse Velez's face. And this guy, we need to bring him back. The one filming this guy, we need to bring him back. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold the phone. Oh my god, man. Oh my god. No way. Bro.
You have nothing in your pockets, do you? Alright, very well.
It's Nervous Nelly. Oh my gosh, she's here. Oh man, she's the greatest. Why am I salivating? What the hell? She's the greatest decoy to ever do it, right? She's fantastic. It would be so cool if I could have her on the channel, but there's like a 0.0001%, maybe 0.002% chance of that happening because she hates the TCAP community. If you really think, especially how public her life went after this. But it's just it's comforting to see her here. You know what I mean? Honestly, it's just, we have this guy who did pretty bad, but then we have her still here.
We'll explain everything in a minute.
Better than the look on Nervous Nelly's face says it all.
Slide all the way over.
Ow. Owie. Female detective, man. She was great.
Eyes open.
Face forwards. Eyes open.
Good. Face the wall.
There you go.
Face the wall.
Jesse, what's your last name?
Velez.
You got through everything?
I forgot, man. I forgot he cried. At a certain point, he cried. It doesn't seem like he's crying now, but he does look sad. I guess it's finally coming. He's coming back to reality, right? Oh, there goes gravity. Or he's getting the gravity of the situation because he's like, "Oh man, right? I'm arrested, right? Am I under arrest?" Like, oh god.
I know this is upsetting, and trust me, I'm not mean. I'm not sitting here in judgment of you. I'm just trying to understand what happened today, and that's all. That's all we're trying to do.
Too.
Okay. You read everything thoroughly?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't you?
Oh man, this female detective was great. By the way, she was also the one that talked to Vincent Ambrosio. She was great. I'm pretty sure. I don't think there was another female detective. There was what, like 2 male detectives and her. It's just whenever she goes, "I'm not here sitting in judgment of you." Very cop answer, and you know you just gotta give it to her that like that's how she has to do her work, right?
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't you tell me why you think you're here? Why you think this whole thing happened?
Because I was stupid enough to go on the app and chat with random people, and I met one of them, which unfortunately was underage. Nothing sexual is gonna happen with any of them that I meet today, just hangouts or whatever. And unfortunately, I went to their house, which I shouldn't have.
Okay.
And I've never done that before.
Unfortunates.
Usually, I meet them at Starbucks, just so I feel safe at the same time. But this time, I did it.
Okay.
Jesse served 2 years in prison out of a 5-year suspended sentence, and has, as far as we know, he has not reoffended. So good. God, man, Jesse Velez. He goes, yeah, you know, I should have, I should have met him at a Starbucks. That's actually happened before, right? That like in TCAP history, there has been cases where police send out decoys at public places. Because wasn't there, who was it? There was one that like essentially tried meeting a decoy at McDonald's, and it's not John Connelly, by the way. I know that. It's somebody else that essentially pulled up and was like, hey, by the way, get in the car. Or was it? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it wasn't. But he's like, get in the car, and he's like, and the decoy's like, hold on, I'm going to the restroom, right? And then after that, he booked it. But yeah. Anyway, let's check out his wiki, right? TCAP wiki. What's his name again? I forgot. Jesse Velez. Jesse Velez. Does he not have more modern pictures of him? Oh wow, Jesse, right? God, man, you've glowed up, dare I say, with the beard and everything. He kind of looks a little bit. You know what? I'm not gonna say it. Holy moly. Okay, so let me change positions, right? Pause, just so I can better read this. Oh my god, my laptop's about to die. Holy crap! It's time to burn rubber here. Okay. Jesse Velez, otherwise known as Jose, is a suspected predator caught on Hansen vs. Predator. His segment is most known for cringe-worthy performances of the male HVP decoy, as well as Velez's constant waffling throughout the interview. Also, by the way, I know some people have been getting on my ass for the way I read. You guys are definitely bullies. You guys are bullying me, and I do not appreciate that, right? I'm going to report those comments. That's bullying, by the way. Are you calling me illiterate? Is that what I'm hearing? I can't believe it. If you do that, if you message things like that in the comments, right, I'm reporting you, right? I'm not gonna stand by as I get bullied. And then as well, some people are like, "Oh, can you stop reading the TCAP wikis?" My guy, if you don't like the TCAP wikis, you can stop the video. Like it's not that big of an issue, right? I do it so like, you know, some people like hearing me speak and hearing my voice. You know, having something in the background while they do whatever. They can hear me more, you know what I mean? Like, there's a good amount of time between videos. It's just more information and more of me that they get. But anyway, Jesse Velez, aliases Jose, former Mobile Express store owner, former Jersey Mike's manager, formerly engaged. He got divorced August 16, 1987. He was born. He's male, he's 5'10", he's 180 pounds, brown eye color, and hair color is black. So, background information. 1 year prior to Jesse Velez's arrest in the sting operation in October 2014, this happened in 2015. Wow. He held the position of a store owner at a Mobile Express in Bridgeport, Connecticut. During that time, the store experienced a break-in around midnight. Despite Velez having installed a motion detector, it strangely failed to function. While the thief was pilfering through items, a police car with flashing lights passed the store. Surprisingly, just 4 hours later, the same individual returned and successfully made off with over 24 smartphones and tablets worth $3,200 in total. However, this time the motion detector activated and alerted the authorities. Although the police arrived at the store within 5 minutes, the thief had already vanished. In an interview with New York, ABC7 New York, Velez expressed his passion for running a phone-selling business, stating that the robbery itself did not concern him greatly. However, he expressed his distress over the stolen items and the time it would take for him to recover from the incident. Online chat with Decoy. Shortly after creating a Decoy account on Grindr in September 2015, Velez, who was engaged at the time, reached out to someone he believed to be a 12-year-old boy named Jason, who said he would be turning 13 later that month. Shockingly, within minutes of their conversation, Velez asked the supposed child if he had any explicit photos and proposed a meeting. See, he's a liar. I'm gonna lower the brights just so this thing doesn't die. He went on to express his desire to engage in oral and anal sexual activities with the young boy. Disturbingly, Velez even offered to pick the child up from his middle school and drive him home, with the condition that the boy would perform oral sex on him while he was driving. When the Decoy mentioned having strict parents, Velez suggested that the child live with him instead. In response to concerns about explaining the situation, Velez stated he would lie and claim that they wouldn't engage in any sexual activities. To escalate the situation further, Velez sent an explicit photo of his genitals and requested the same from the Decoy. As their conversation continued, Velez persistently insisted on meeting at his place to chill. Eventually, the Decoy provided Velez with an address to a staying house in Fairfield, Connecticut. Conversation with the Decoy. Velez arrived at the designated staying house, and instead of encountering an actual child, he was greeted by a male Decoy, who appeared to be a grown man instead of a teenage boy. Wait, what is this? The male Decoy. He looks like such a grown man. Oh my god. He's a grown-ass man. Anyway. He is 19. 19 years old at the time is crazy. Upon entering the house, Velez immediately noticed that the Decoy's appearance differed from the pictures exchanged online. Velez's behavior seemed awkward and suspicious as he claimed it was his first time meeting someone from the internet. Curious about the Decoy's age, Velez inquired, to which the Decoy responded that he was 13. Though Velez expressed skepticism about his appearance, employing unconvincing acting skills, the Decoy retorted, "That's what they all say." As they engaged in conversation, Velez asked the Decoy if he had any ID, to which the Decoy replied that he didn't have his ID on him and that his mommy keeps it in her purse. When Velez inquired about the residents of the house, the Decoy delivered a poorly crafted response stating, "Who lives here? I live here. Me, my mommy, and my daddy." Sensing Velez's growing suspicion as he looks around, the Decoy attempted to divert his attention by suggesting he take a look at the table, claiming his daddy made it. Suddenly, Chris Hansen made his entrance, causing the Decoy to promptly exit the room. Interview with Chris Hansen. When questioned about his intentions, Velez insisted that he had merely come to the staying house to hang out. When Hansen confronted him about sending a lewd photo to the Decoy, Velez feigned shock and denied having sent it. He asserted that he had engaged in conversations with numerous people online without anything sexual occurring. However, Hansen swiftly presented Velez with the explicit picture he had sent, causing Velez to pretend to react with surprise and repeat his claims of not being aware of sending it. I'm having that existential crisis again where I'm like talking to myself, and I can't believe I managed to grow a TCAP audience. Like, I honestly genuinely cannot believe that I have met so many of you guys. A lot of great people, by the way, including the person that recommended this one, right? Truly, you're still my GOAT, right? Well, obviously, you're still, I mean, nothing has changed that, but anyway, yeah, it's just, I can't believe I've met so many good people throughout, my journey here, on YouTube, right? But, anyway, he has suggested that due to having multiple pictures of himself, he must have accidentally included it. Velez maintained that he used Grindr not for sex, but to meet different individuals, emphasizing that he did not randomly engage in sexual conversations or engage in immediate sexual encounters. He shared that he had a limited social circle while growing up, and turned to Grindr as a means of meeting people. Velez proceeded to lie about his age, initially claiming to be 27, but then admitted to recently taking up a managerial position at Jersey Mike's a few weeks prior to the incident. A few weeks, I guess. Hansen pointed out the inappropriateness of Velez's actions. Coming to meet an underage boy after sending explicit content, Velez repeated his assertion of being unaware of sending the photo and insisted that he had been nervous upon arriving at the house, expressing a preference for meeting in a public place instead. He claimed it was his first time meeting a child from the internet and emphasized that their interaction would have been limited to sitting down and conversing. Velez repeatedly denied sending the explicit photo and insisted that Hansen check his browsing history. He claimed that during his conversation with the decoy, he didn't mention anything about engaging in sexual activities because it wasn't in his nature. Hansen questioned Velez about his comfort level if he were the parents of a child meeting an adult, to which Velez responded by mentioning his 16-year-old friend and expressing comfort with such a situation. Hansen pointed out that I need to drink something, but I'm going strong. Hansen pointed out the significant age gap between them. Velez argued that he had friends ranging from 16 to 30 years old, and they would hang out without involving drugs. He vehemently shut up, okay? I know people are laughing at me. This is not funny, by the way. Vehemently claimed or denied being a predator, a pedophile, and emphasized that he wasn't actively seeking out 10 or 13-year-old children. Velez claimed that he had second thoughts about entering the house and felt unsafe due to the incident where one of his friends was set up and assaulted at another person's house. At this point, Hansen revealed that he was conducting an investigation leading to the appearance of cameras, and Velez attempted to cover his face with his hand. Despite the evidence, Velez maintained his innocence, insisting that he wasn't someone who sought out young children online. He requested not to have his face shown on camera, citing an extreme awkwardness and embarrassment. Velez offered to have a private conversation with Chris Hansen, but his request was denied, stating that he was willing to answer any questions and reiterate that he didn't come to the house to have sexual relations with the teenager, but simply to hang out. When Hansen asked him about the lesson he had learned from the experience, Velez replied that people should not go to strangers' houses without getting to know them first. Hansen questioned why Velez didn't engage in other activities like watching sports instead of trying to have sex with the child, to which Velez responded that he was not a sports person. He emphasized once again that he wasn't there for sex and that Grindr could have been used for other purposes other than hookups. Velez acknowledged that being caught was a valuable experience and claimed that he would never repeat such behavior. He expressed appreciation to Hansen and shook his hand. As Velez exited through the garage, Fairfield police promptly arrested him, leaving him perplexed about the reason for his arrest and still unaware of the gravity of his actions. Police interview. When questioned by the police, Velez broke down in tears and admitted that he had gone on Grindr and contacted someone he believed was underage. He insisted that he had no intentions of engaging in any sexual activity and that they were simply going to hang out. He said that he regretted going to the Sting House and asserted that he had never done anything like that before. The female detective, who mentioned having 19 years of law enforcement experience, expressed skepticism about his claims of just wanting to hang out. Velez acknowledged that he understood how it appeared by maintained that he genuinely had no intentions of having sex with a child. He revealed that he had no friends and that his only way of making connections was through Grindr. Velez then confessed to being engaged and explained that he and his fiancée didn't spend much time together, which how the hell does that even happen? Aftermath. After his arrest, Velez was originally charged with 3 felony counts: criminal attempt second-degree sexual assault, attempted risk of injury to a minor, and enticing a minor by a computer. In 2016, Velez made an apology post on his Facebook account, reading as follows: "I don't know why life happens the way that it does, the way it does. I know I've done stupid shit and I'm paying for it big time. I don't want my friends to judge me in any way, but people can't. People understand I'm human, and I screwed up, and I'm not that person I'm being portrayed to be. This really bothers me a lot, to the point where I wonder why am I still alive. I lost some great friends and family members because of the poor choices that I've made. This sucks more than anything in this world. It's like walking through the mall and everyone just stares at you, calling you names. That's how I feel sometimes. I feel like I failed myself sometimes, but I gotta try to keep it together because life still goes on. I wake up every day wondering every day will happen to me, and it will the worst happen or the good. This guy does not know how to type that well. I know I've disappointed my boyfriend David Lee Rivera, which he tagged, but I'm trying my best right now. Other people want to look at me funny and call me names. Well, you know, one thing that you can do is look in the mirror and ask if bullying is going to hurt me. Stop holding my actions against me and let me deal with it, and don't judge me based on what you read. Excuse me? Stop holding my actions against me. That makes no sense. Legal battles. On April 27, 2016, Velez entered a guilty plea for one felony count of attempted risk of injury to a minor and one felony count of enticing a minor by computer. He was subsequently sentenced to on July 1st, 2016, just 6 days ago, to a 5-year prison term with 2 years to be served and remaining 3 years suspended. Additionally, he received 10 years of probation and required to register as a sex offender for 10 years. Velez was released from prison on April 13, 2018. However, he faced a second arrest in October 2019 for violating his probation. Despite being found not guilty, he was ordered to continue his probation. Velez encountered further legal troubles when he violated when he violated his probation again, leading to a conviction in September 2020, which is what? 10 comments. I guess I have to sign in to see what people are saying. But anyway, let's read the male decoy. I seem to have enough battery. Male HPB decoy. Who lives here? Well, I live here. Me, my mommy, and my daddy. The decoy knowingly dropping the most influential line of his life. Chris saving Charles Lawrence from the decoy's performance. So mean. Relatives, his mommy, his daddy, law enforcement, security. He's law enforcement, he's security, and he's also U.S. Marine Corps. Former. Gender, male, eye color brown, hair color brown. So. Okay. Ooh. Don't look at any of that. Hansen versus Predator. He 19 years old at the time, was recruited as a decoy for the Fairfield, Connecticut sting because he was an intern for the police department and volunteered for the duty. He immediately became a meme in the TCAP community due to the fact that he was obviously not a 13-year-old boy. Chris Hansen even acknowledged that he looked a little older than 13. Jesse Velez, who looked visibly disappointed upon meeting the decoy, tells him that he doesn't look 13 and even asks for his ID. His encounter with Velez has perhaps become the most notorious decoy moment in the show's history due to his terrible acting much younger than the age he presented with his mommy and daddy, trying too hard to seem younger than he is. The awkward tension between him and the suspected predator, and the fact that he looks older than the suspected predator. In a lesser-known encounter, he appears to convince Charles Lawrence. Following his contribution to the series, he worked as a security officer. Following his contribution to the series, he worked as a security officer for the New England Patriot football team and the Kraft Group, a sports group and the event management company founded by the Patriots owner, Robert Kraft. In 2019 and 2020, he continued to build off his already stacked resume by assuming internships for the Warwick Police Department and the Massachusetts State Police, respectively. According to Nurse Nellie, he looks younger in person than he does in video. Despite his laughable performance when interrogating Jesse Velez, his acting is described as great by Chris Hansen. In 2020, a TikTok surfaced depicting the male decoy in a frat, humorously acting his knowledge. A TikTok surfaced despite the male HPP decoy in a frat, humorously acknowledging his meme status in the TCAP community. Oh man, Nurse Nelly, man. Oh man, best believe the damn cupcake. Oh yes, Nelly had 3 predators attempt to hug her, those being Jeff Sokol, John DuPay, and Vincent Ambrosio. When John DuPay tries to hug her, Nelly immediately leaves the room for Chris Hansen to come in. What? A recent image of Nelly has surfaced on the TCAP subreddit, which shows her holding a kitten on her birthday. Okay, I guess. Is this still available? Oh no, what is this?
I don't have my DNA. Sorry, only 13. My mom keeps having first.
My fraternity brother's
Fraternity
famous
brother's
check.
famous check.
I don't have my DNA. Sorry, only 13. My mom keeps having first.
Oh, it's funny. Anyway, that's where we're going to leave it. Thank you again, truly, for truly being such a good friend. See what I did there? Oh man, I'm sure I'm the very first one that's ever done that. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna leave it here. You know, if you have any more recommendations, you can send it to me through Instagram. I check those a lot more frequently than I do comments. I do gotta say. But yeah, if you have anything to send me, send it to me. Best believe. If you have anything to comment, best believe, comment it. And yeah, make sure you like the video as well and subscribe. We'll see you some other time. Goodbye.